Cafe Networking Podcast promotes successful business experts. I'm Tom Ria, connecting people throughout the world from my podcast studio in Brazil. Joining us today from Sacramento, California, Denise Miceli facilitates transformative change and positive growth. Expertise in energy healing, intuitive hot seat coaching, and innovative approaches to authenticity. So Denise, what are some of the effects of subconscious healing that are different from traditional therapy?
Well, the subconscious healing is a tool that is fast, it is easy, and it teaches people the power of how quickly you can heal long-standing emotional memories, emotional patterns that you have in reaction to life. And so I find that when people consider that their brain really is changeable, there's so much research out on this now, and they learn how to harness that and how simple it is, they want more. And once you go there, you don't want to go back to talking about the same things over and over. And even though conscious therapy, and nothing against it, it takes time, it takes money. And then sometimes we find that when we finish it or we stop it for a while, we tend to fall back into those same patterns. And so subconscious healing, it doesn't ever get rid of anything, but it brings down the intensity of that part of you that you may have developed to cope, during a time of life. Could have been a long time ago, could have been a situation that happens to you, like grief or, job loss or something like that. So it's a powerful tool that is safe, and it really enlightens so many people about really what's possible and how we have these inner saboteurs that really sit there in our subconscious. And as soon as we have an idea or a thought about change, or we want to move something, shift something in our life, here comes the critic, here comes the inner judge. And it's like, oh, remember when you tried that before and it didn't work out? And so we kind of have these.
Or when everybody told you that won't work.
Exactly. We often have a friend or a family member that we go to when we're excited, and the first thing they do is shoot it down. Well, guess what? They probably helped us create that saboteur, right? And so we do things like an energy audit. We find out where those leakages are, and do we have people in our life that support us? And I've heard many experts say that, if you have a great idea, don't tell anyone, just work on it, and so sometimes we have to realize that, maybe we have lost a boundary somewhere with certain people, with a job, with a boss, or whatever it is. And so I work a lot of times with people in their 40s and up, but I've had younger people as well, but they're getting to a place in life where things that worked before are not working. They're looking at changing career. Maybe they want to become an entrepreneur, and they start to feel all this resistance. They start to feel all of those voices coming up. And they're really not even sure, maybe sometimes what they want to do, but they are getting like, oh, you got to stick with that job. You got to, and it really is a powerful way to get in touch with those parts. And it really is based on very simple psychology of that. We know now that the brain is plastic. We know that we can soothe our nervous system, talk to our inner parts, identify who they are, and then really just help to let them know, hey, thanks so much for helping me out. But
I can take that. The subconscious healing, in essence, our subconscious is with us all the time.
All the time.
So it's a personal toolbox that maybe we don't even realize we have.
Exactly. And it is full. I like to, compare it to like an iCloud. Every experience of your life sits there. And the ones that weren't so great are the ones that often are replayed in our dreams, we replay them in patterns of people that maybe we attract in our life. Like if we were a rescuer, for example, we might uncover that and realize, oh my gosh, I was a rescuer as a kid in my family. And now I'm finding all these people that need rescuing and I'm tired.
And we tend to overlook the positive, right?
Exactly.
Because of the barriers, the saboteurs, they're there. And that pressure sometimes helps us not even see the good parts that we could be or should be remembering.
Exactly. And during these times of like change in our lives, and of course our world is changing so much, I find that people are looking for a different way. You know, there's so many people seeking different ways of healing. And so when you learn these tools, and this is certainly just one way of doing it,
Right.
but I really like to combine a little bit of conscious work to first identify, like, could you imagine if in your life there were no limits, what would you do? That gets people first into the positive of like what they've always dreamed of, the thing they've always thought they'd do later in life, all of these, write a book, whatever it is. And then they're like, okay, now I want to know what those darn things are, what those saboteurs are that are stopping me from that, right? And also maybe situations, people that I need to maybe just pull back a little bit and
Right.
give myself the time to do some inner work. So
I can see that on your site where you show authenticity unlocked, becoming
Yes.
your truest self.
absolutely.
And we are the one. We're unique. We're the guy. We're the gal.
Exactly. And I think that often, especially women, we sometimes, we're kind of taught by society, culture, all the different cultures that we have to take care of everybody first, right? Put on your mask first. And
Right.
and then we adopt that unconsciously, and we do that everywhere in our life. And then all of a sudden we realize, what time is left for me in the day, in the week, in the weekend? And, you start to just feel this cognitive dissonance around, like, what am I doing that I actually enjoy? Everything that I enjoy is at the end of this long list. And how did I get here?
Right.
Have I even taken the personal responsibility that I'm not articulating what I need to others, right? Which is
Right.
very common. So we work a lot with people pleasing, analysis paralysis, overthinking, and procrastination. Because when we get in these states, sometimes we just stay stuck because we're kind of, there's so much fear in change that we can't get a breath in. So doing this work, that's why I call it transformational. It's really for people that are ready to come out of their shell, to really go into their heart and realize what it is they truly want in life. And like many people are saying, like, all we have is now. We don't have a guarantee of tomorrow. So we are here, I believe, we are here in this body, in this life, to experience joy. And if we're not doing that, we got to look inward, because it's on us, and we've got to take that responsibility. So,
Well, Denise, for our listeners, I'm sure there are many looking out for, like saying help, but really to try to find themselves with your help. So how can they find you?
they can find me at Rock Your Blocks, where you'll find all of my links to social media, and also, what I offer, and a little more description about what it's about. So
Very good. Well, thanks for being here and sharing with us.
thank you, Tom. It was a pleasure.
And again, for our listeners, it's Denise Miceli. It's Denise, the last name Miceli. Miceli. Find her at rockyourblocks.com, rockyourblocks.com, and also on TikTok and other social media. Cafe Network is brought to us by Focus Semi-Market Intelligence, an agricultural market research specialist in Brazil. More information at focusmi.com. Talk to Tom, talk to the world. Thanks for listening. Till the next time here at Cafe and Networking Podcast.